After the solubility product, what we are going to see is the relationship between solubility and solubility product. So what do you mean by solubility? Solubility of a given compound is the amount in gram which dissolves in a given volume of a solution, and generally the volume is 1 liter of the solution. So units for solubility: gram per liter. This is solubility. Now what do you mean by molar solubility? Now molar solubility is the number of moles of a compound in gram which dissolves to give 1 liter of the saturated solution. So formula for molar solubility will be solubility in gram per liter divided by molar mass of a given compound in gram per mole. Molar mass units are gram per mole, and for solubility gram per liter. So units for molar solubility will be mole per liter, or we can write it as mole liter inverse. Okay, so this is the formula. What is molar solubility? It is the amount or number of moles of a compound in grams which dissolves to give 1 liter of the saturated solution. Now consider a reaction or the solubility equilibria BXAY. We are taking general solubility equilibria example X B raised to Y plus Y A raised to X minus. So dissociation is given for this solubility equilibria X B raised to Y plus Y A raised to X minus, where these X and Y are what? These are coefficients for the balanced chemical equation. So for this expression KSP is written as what? It is the concentration of constituents ion in a saturated solution raised to their coefficient. That means for this X, and for second example Y. Okay, so these are what? Values of constituent ions, and product of this concentration will give you expression for solubility product. Now if S is the molar solubility, then the equilibrium concentrations are given as concentration of By plus is taken as X into S, and concentration of Ax minus ions is Y into S. So these are what? Equilibrium concentrations, because we are here taking solubility product. Constant is for solubility product, and for solubility product we are taking equilibrium reaction. And for equilibrium reaction we always have to consider equilibrium concentrations. So now substituting these values in this equation, KSP is equal to, for this ion concentration we can write XS raised to X, and for Ax minus ions concentration we can write Ys raised to Y. So KSP will be X raised to X, then y raised to y s raised to x plus y. So this is the relationship or the expression which gives relationship between Ksp, that is solubility product, and S, that is molar solubility of a given compound. Okay. So molar solubility means solubility in gram per liters divided by molar mass in gram per mole. So the units for molar solubility will be mole per liters, and this is the general solubility equilibria. And for these kind of solubility equilibria, expression for Ksp will be x raised to x, y raised to y, s raised to x plus y. So we are now going to apply this equation to the specific solubility equilibria reactions. See, if we take example of lead iodide PbI2, and solubility equilibria will be given as Pb plus 2 plus 2I minus. For this, see, coefficient for Pb plus 2 ions 1, and for I minus ions, that is iodide ion, the coefficient is 2. So the expression for Ksp, x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 2. So what is the formula for Ksp solubility product? It is equal to x raised to x, y raised to y, and s raised to x plus y. So here what we can write, 1 raised to 1, y raised to y, that means 2 raised to 2, s raised to 1 plus 2. So for this solubility equilibria, expression for Ksp will be Ksp is equal to 4 s raised to 3. And from this expression, we can find out either solubility or solubility product. So numericals based on this type can be asked, in which one of any quantity, that means either solubility is given or solubility product is given. So from that we can calculate the required quantity. So first we have to write the expression for Ksp and then substituting the given value. Take one more example, same, that is ALOH thrice. It will give Al plus 3 plus 3 OH minus ions. In this case, x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 3. So expression Ksp will be x raised to x, that means 1 raised to 1, y raised to y, that means 3 raised to 3, and s raised to x plus y, that is 1 plus 3. So 3 raised to 3 means 27, s raised to 4. So this is the expression for this solubility equilibrium of ALOH thrice aluminium hydroxide. Okay. So this much is clear to you. Solubility, molar solubility, and relationship between solubility and solubility product. Okay. Next is conditions of precipitation. For these conditions of precipitation, that means when the solution will get precipitated, at the starting we have studied ionic product, and in this case for solubility equilibria we are considering solubility product. So what is the difference between the two, ionic and solubility product? For ionic product we are taking concentrations, but these concentrations are at any conditions. That means at various conditions we can take this concentration and we can find out ionic product. But for solubility product, what we have to take is the only equilibrium concentration. Okay, so there must be equilibrium reaction, and from those equilibrium reaction we can find out equilibrium concentrations, and only those concentrations are used to calculate KSP, that is solubility product. Okay, so that is the difference between the two. And for precipitation, what we have to know, three types of solutions: saturated, unsaturated, supersaturated. So precipitation takes place when the solution will be supersaturated. There are three conditions. In first, ionic product is equal to solubility product. That means the equilibrium exists when ionic product is equal to solubility product. Solubility equilibrium exists, and the solution is at this stage, it is saturated solution, and there will be no precipitation. Okay, so this is the first condition. Consider second condition. If ionic product is greater than solubility product, you have to think about this. If ionic product is greater than solubility product, that means what? This solubility is less than this ionic product. That means the solution at this stage is supersaturated. And when the solution is supersaturated, the solubility decreases and that solution will get precipitated. So when the solution is supersaturated, precipitation takes place. So what is the condition? Ionic product is greater than solubility product. And the third criteria, when ionic product is lesser than solubility product. Okay, when ionic product is lesser or solubility product is greater than ionic product, at that stage the solution is unsaturated and there will be no precipitation. So these are the three conditions, and from these conditions we can find out the solution is precipitated or not. Ionic product equal to KSP, no precipitation, solution is saturated. Ionic product greater than solubility product, supersaturated solution, and there will be precipitation. And when solubility product is greater than ionic product, that solution is unsaturated and there will be no precipitation. Okay, so these are conditions. Now we are moving to the last part of this chapter, that is common ion effect. As the name suggests, common ion means what? There must be presence of common ion between two. That means comparison. Common ion means there are two components and from those components we can find out common ion and what is the effect. If the common ion is present, what will be the effect? That is given in this common ion effect. So first we will see the definition. What is common ion effect? The ionization of a weak electrolyte is suppressed in the presence of strong electrolyte. What we are considering here is weak electrolyte. Now the ionization of this weak electrolyte is suppressed, that means reduced, in the presence of what? In the presence of strong electrolyte. Okay. So what first we have to keep in mind is that for weak electrolyte partial dissociation, for strong electrolyte complete dissociation. Here take example of weak acid CH3COOH and its ionizable salt, that is CH3COONA. Weak electrolyte and this is strong electrolyte. For weak electrolyte partial dissociation. And for strong electrolyte there is complete dissociation. Now what is explained in common ion effect? This is a weak electrolyte. It is dissociated, but the dissociation is partial dissociation when a strong electrolyte is added to this solution. Now due to strong electrolyte, it will dissociate completely to give acetate and Na plus ions. Now, according to Le-Chatelier's principle, what is explained in Le-Chatelier's principle? If an external stress is applied to the system will adjust itself in such a way that the effect of that stress is reduced. That means this addition of strong electrolyte which is producing CH3COO minus ions will shift the equilibrium of this acetic acid in the backward direction. That means what will happen? These ions, acetate ions, will favor the backward reaction and again there will be formation of what? Acetic acid molecules. That means the reaction is getting back to the reverse direction. So reverse direction reaction means what? This dissociation of weak electrolyte, that is in this case weak acid, is suppressed, or there is reduced rate of dissociation of weak electrolyte and this ionization is reduced due to presence of what? It is due to presence of strong electrolyte which will dissociate completely. Okay. And this whole process is explained on the basis of Le-Chatelier's principle. Due to presence of common acetate ions, there is shift in equilibrium in backward direction and there will be formation of acetic acid molecules. So acetic acid molecules are getting formed, therefore rate of ionization is decreasing in this case and this effect is known as common ion effect. That means ionization of weak acid is suppressed in the presence of strong electrolyte, that is here sodium acetate. Okay. On the basis of same common ion effect, we can explain how the solubility of sparingly soluble salt is reduced. If AgCl, in AgCl, it will dissolve partially to give Ag plus and Cl minus ions. AgCl is what? It is an electrolyte solution and it is giving Ag plus and Cl minus ions in water. If we add AgNO3 solution, AgNO3 is added to this solution, it will give AgNO3 will give Ag plus NO3 minus. Now in both these reactions, which is the common ion? Ag plus. Ag plus is strong electrolyte. So according to Le-Chatelier's principle, what will happen? The equilibrium will shift to the backward direction. So these Ag plus ions will again get converted to AgCl. So now in this case, solubility of AgCl decreases due to presence of common Ag plus ions. So decreasing solubility of a given compound can also be expressed with the help of common ion effect. So these are the examples which explains the effect of common ion. In first we saw depression in ionization rate, and in this example there is decrease in solubility of a given compound in presence of common ions. So in exams question can be asked, only the difference will be they may give two different solutions or two different components. So you just have to find out the reaction and which are the common ions among them, and from that you can explain the whole process or explain the effect of common ion. Okay, so this is all about the chapter ionic equilibria and the main points from which we can write down various types of expression. The base of this is acid base equilibria. Base of this chapter is acid base equilibria, and various reactions, various relationships are given in this chapter. So you have to remember all these points, and on these points or on these derivations specific expressions numericals can be asked. Okay, thank you.